Hello everybody and welcome to episode 26 of Crystals and Stuff. Content warnings in the description below. Let's jump right into it. Now, alright, hello
Let's do
everybody.
drugs.
No, welcome to episode 26 of Crystals and Stuff. Yay! Now, I sound a little off because I am sick, so fuck me, I guess. But
remember, kids, don't go to work if you're sick, because then you'll get your fellow coworkers sick.
Also,
No,
don't
that's
go to
just
school
rude.
tomorrow.
You're supposed to get your fellow coworkers sick. That's how you can get them time off. And everyone's happy.
well, not
Non-consensual time off.
not
Not if
everybody.
being sick sucks.
Not everybody at work has over 100 hours of sick time like I do. Anyway,
Or wants time off.
welcome to Crystals and Stuff, a homebrew D&D adventure created by me, Diamond, the DM, and Weapon, my boyfriend, my co-DM.
Yo, the on-demand Hispanic man, the boyfriend, the co-DM. Two things. Never liked K-pop before, but now I do because of a certain movie. And the second thing is, don't bend too much when you're picking up a compressor. You will hurt your ass.
Your ass? Okay.
You
Did you
pull
rip your
ass
So you-
muscles.
You can
So you
pull
really are
your
becoming
ass.
Damon now, aren't you? You're
No,
listening to
bitch.
K-pop, you're hurting your own ass.
This
David
is why
listens
you
to
get
K-pop?
pegged on the daily. I don't want to hear it.
No,
Yeah!
I don't get pegged. My girlfriend just beats me.
Same
What?
difference.
No,
What-
so she clearly
what?
isn't here listening to this.
What do you mean same difference?
Same difference.
Alright. Today we are
For
joined by...
Tom, anyway.
Okay. Today we are joined by our
She's got a
friends
point.
here to kick off this episode, starting with...
Hi, I'm Noah. I play Varis. I should have taken a nap. I'm off 6 hours of sleep right now.
Oh god.
Hi, I'm Forrest. I play Mikhail.
Hi, I'm Ashton. And I think my name is Tom. I don't know. Head trauma. Because of reasons.
That's interesting. Also,
Someone
hey,
beat him.
how's it going, gangsters? How's it going, little pretty boys?
No, that sounds creepy. Never mind.
Pretty boys.
I was about to say,
Yeah,
what the
pretty,
fuck are
pretty
you
boys.
doing?
All you cuties out there. I don't know, man. Hey, I'm Maei. I play Triton Ward, an intimidating-looking monk Goliath shy guy who loves magic and books. I also have a very interesting and very not boring quote of the day.
Yay!
Yay! Everyone clap! Yay! It's the
Yeah!
It's not picking up my mic. Fuck!
yeah. All right. Be Yourself. Everyone Else Is Taken by Oscar Wilde.
Oh, I get
Thank
it.
you.
Okay, yeah.
I get it.
Thank you.
Alright.
All right, carry on.
Now, if everyone is ready, let's do some crystals and stuff.
Yay!
Yay, by stuff you mean drugs.
This is
Yay!
gonna suck.
Okay.
Let me get in the zone.
So, last episode, you guys had left the New Crest Hill region. You were staying in a similar camping spot that you had been before, and you were traveling towards the area where there was two spots for phylacteries. The first spot, Mikhail knew that that's where Dimitri was, while the other spot had no idea what was there. So you guys decided to go deal with Dimitri first, because, why not? Two birds with one stone, and whatnot. Upon arriving in the forest area leading up to where you were going, a zombie had stopped you in a very dapper tux with a little hat and had given you an invitation to the manor that was just up the road to one Lady Lenora. Now, upon meeting her, she exposed a lot of your deepest fears and secrets, even said that you had never said out loud, and made it known that the deck of many more things was actually her deck. And has some form of sentient magic bullshit going on that never really got explained. While she was talking to all of you and waiting for a special guest to arrive, the said special guest, Dimitri, walked in with the groceries late. then proceeded to almost get attacked and yada yada. Fight ensued. Meanwhile, while most of the party was fighting Dimitri and the Night Revenant that Varis had summoned because of the deck of Maei, Lenora and Mikhail were talking. As they were talking, Lila had found Anemone, who was not supposed to be there, and had given her the ring. Like, she had the ring on her, the ring of spell singing. Lila had put a fireball in it and said, "Hey, this is for an emergency. Only use this if it's an emergency." And as Lila was about to go assist with the fight, Anemone casted it right away. And almost took, like, it took a big chunk of Lenora's health out and almost got herself imprisoned if it wasn't for Lila stepping in to keep her safe. After all the fight stuff was done, Mikhail made a deal with Lenora and then used the blessing that he had gotten from the god on Dimitri, turning him into a sword. After that, the party had started to decompress. Lila was back to not being imprisoned and was checking on Kathos, who was dealing with a lot last time that we saw him. Ashton was talking with Lenora, and Mikhail was walking Varis back out to the cart with Anemone, and Triton in tow, and Belle. And just before that, Mikhail had said all of his deepest and darkest secrets and fears aloud. But that's where we left off last time. So whoever wants to start first.
Okay, so it's got to start with Ashton and Lenora. Just because of where we left off, before Mikhail can walk back in, Ashton does ask Lenora, what can Ashton give her for the phylactery? Because he doesn't want Mikhail to give up anything else. He already has enough burdens.
Well, I don't believe there's much that you can offer me, I'm afraid.
There has to be something. I'm not worthless.
You're correct. You're not, but you aren't exactly useful in the aspects I'm looking for.
Sorry, but I can't in good consciences, with the thing in the brain, I can't allow Mikhail to give up more things.
Well, we'll see what he has to offer when the time comes, but for now, you all are free to go.
But we need that phylactery.
I'm aware, and I'm sure you'll all be back. Even if it's just a few moments. She kind of looks around at her now kind of destroyed Great Hall. Well, what I was given surely isn't going to fix this, but like I said, I'll work something out with the wizard when he returns like he said he would. After all, he is under contract.
He just turns and walks away, just shaking his head.
Once Mikhail is finally brought in Varis and Anemone back to the cart, he's gonna lean Varis against one of the seat areas so that he's not gonna fall over, and he's gonna pick Anemone up and place her in the cart and just kind of leave unless somebody stops him.
Varis doesn't move to stop him. He just kind of gestures Anemone over in a come here motion.
She'll watch as Mikhail goes, but she'll scooch over.
Varis just doesn't say anything, holds her really close to his chest.
And Tom, as Ashton's walking out of the Great Hall and heading out, he's probably going to pass Mikhail as he's leaving.
Sorry, he says as he just walks to the cart.
Mikhail will give him a pat on the shoulder. Just a reassuring pat.
Well, look who's returned.
Mikhail just kind of walks up to the table and stands there, folds his arms, waiting.
So, you need that phylactery, correct?
Yes.
And unfortunately, I'm sure there's not much that you could give me.
In terms of money, no.
And I will assume the child is off the table as she is in the deal we agreed upon.
The fact that you deigned to bring her is insulting, to say the least.
I apologize. She's just very powerful for her age. Could do well under proper tutoring.
That's none of your concern.
She kind of thinks for a moment, before she gets a smile on her face. I actually have an idea.
Go on.
If you would kindly follow me, I have a much better place for this. And around that time, I would say Lila, is heading back to the cart and she looks very pissed off. She kind of just walks over to the cart and sits down. With Kathos a little bit far behind, he seems to be back to normal-ish, but still kind of like out of it, and he stays leaned up against the outside of the cart.
Varis is way too out of it right now to think of making a comment. He's kind of just... He's still crying a little bit. He can't really form the words to say anything to anybody, himself or Anemone included.
Alright. And as that is going on, Lenore is going to bring Mikhail all the way out towards here. She's going to gently push open the door that leads out to what seems to be another extension of the manor that wasn't originally seen before. And as she walks through here, it seems to be a mostly empty infirmary. Like, it hasn't really been used. This is where we'll do our business.
Fine.
And I'm dragging you into DM Needs to Tell You.
Okay.
Oh, God.
You go here. I'll be back.
Oh boy.
It's time.
Yeah, it's time.
And as she turns to look at Mikhail, she almost has like a sinister smile on her face. Now, I don't ask much for the phylactery. Something as simple as, I don't know, your eye would do.
I'm sorry.
Your eye. One of them.
Why?
Well, you see, you seem to be the smartest of the bunch, of your group at least the most useful to me anyway. I wouldn't mind having you in my ranks, and the eye would just be insurance.
So, it's more than the eye necessary.
More like, recruitment.
Right. I should make note that I don't live for hundreds of years like you or Dimitri.
Dear, that is not a concern with me. If you truly wished, I could turn you.
Mikhail's gonna relax his posture a little bit as he thinks. And he kind of shakes his head a little bit dismissively. If it'll pay off in a manner, I can fix that. And then, as long as I can finish this stupid mission, whatever happens afterwards is of no concern at the moment.
So you agree to my deal? I for the phylactery.
Fine.
She's gonna walk over to him and hold her hand out. Left or right?
I mean, he kind of like is thinking. He kind of puts a hand up to his cheek and ponders.
Alright. The right eye it is. Though it'd be funny if it was your left, then you'd be matching with your dear sister. A little bit. She still has her eye. And...
Don't-
No, sorry, go ahead.
No, he was gonna say something, but he caught himself.
And as you see this dark purple magic reappear once again, it seems to like seep into his right eye as it starts to he feels something pressure on the inside of his eyes. He just feels it grabbing. And then with one motion, she just yanks it out. She takes a step back as she looks at it, using her magic to not actually hold it. That wasn't so hard, now was it?
Mikhail reflexively clutches at the socket and kind of just falls down to his knees as his entire what is left of his vision kind of swims, and he feels a little bit dizzy and sick, and he's not even aware that he's screaming in pain.
Now we go back.
Okay.
So other,
You can be you can be
other
big and be a
Goliath,
twink. What are you talking about?
Sorry to
Oh my
intrude on the
God.
conversation, but you'll all hear something.
Stream.
Yep, working on it. I actually have to share this. I need everybody to be tuned into the stream for this.
What the fuck? What do you mean?
This is an audio
Okay.
sample. What the fuck?
It is an audio sample. It's
Don't
something
worry
that
about
you're all gonna hear because I couldn't figure out how to get it as an audio file.
Oh, joyous.
Oh,
Alright.
Fractus Day.
So, as you all are talking or just, doing whatever you're doing, you are, after a bit, you're going to hear this. Hopefully that was clear enough.
Yeah, Varis immediately upon hearing this gets up.
It is
Let's go,
Mikhail
Anthony.
screaming, though.
No, Ashton is going to say, "Get an enemy out of here," as he runs inside.
We're not going alone. He's gonna run after.
So are you guys running back to the Great Hall?
Yeah.
No, yeah, he's running back to where he heard the noise from.
The noise didn't actually come from the Great Hall. It sounded farther away.
So he's gonna run in that direction.
Which
I would assume means he would at least take this path.
Yeah, it sounded like it came
Yeah.
from the outside of the manor.
Yeah, Ashton with his dog hearing is definitely gonna.
What's that, boy? You know the direction. You know the direction of the sound. All right, everyone, let's go.
With his 50 movement speed.
As Anemone tries to jump up and go with everybody, but Lila stops her and gives us nod to Kathos as Kathos quickly runs and follows with Belle.
Ashton would like to kick open the door.
Go ahead, give me strength. Oh
Just a
shit,
regular
he's right
strength?
in front of the door.
Yeah, as Mikhail's right in front of the fucking door.
Yeah, just say space away for
It's only a
dramatic effect.
14. Oh, I'm surprised I don't have for just a straight strength. I don't know if you wanted like athletics or something.
No, I'd say that's enough. Like, you're able to kick open the door, so it wasn't locked. And what you're going to see is you're going to see Mikhail on the ground clutching his right eye as Lenora seems to have just like this kind of something is floating above her hand with like like with her purple magic, like she's not exactly touching it. But she'll look over and she's like, "You could have at least knocked. Haven't you done enough damage to my estate?"
To do a lot fucking more than that. What did you do?
We made a deal.
I'm gonna draw the greatsword and I'm gonna put it right to her throat.
She'll quirk an eyebrow as she looks down at Mikhail. Ah, the pain must be wearing off by now.
And you know, Lenora, that I could kill you right now. Make no mistake, you know that I could. What did you do?
Don't make empty threats.
Shut the fuck up.
He kneels down to Mikhail. You wanted this?
Mikhail's gonna kind of just... I don't know. He's gonna kind of like look away from Varis as he like slowly and shakily stands up and kind of pushes his way between Ashton and Lenora, kind of just pushing the sword out of the way with his free hand and kind of looking at
Ashton's
Ashton.
gonna make sure that the sword nicks her neck just slightly.
She doesn't do anything, she just watches.
Ashton, stand down.
You are an evil woman.
I never claimed to be good.
And make no mistake, the only reason you're still alive is because of them. But I will come back here, and I will finish it.
No, you're not. And Mikhail's gonna lower his hand that was covering his eye as it kind of is still bleeding profusely, but Thrin seems to have patched it up at the very least, so it doesn't look too ghastly to look at.
Well, at the very least, you're not fucking dead, which is what I had thought happened.
No, dear, I don't kill those who are useful to me. We made a simple deal. An eye for the phylactery, and, as promised, she opens a small little portal with her other hand as she reaches through and grabs a small, nice little leather kind of bag and hands it to Mikhail. Here you are.
Mikhail's gonna reach behind him and take it without looking. He's still holding eye contact with Ashton. His expression is dangerous.
But
It still looks like he's about to turn Super Saiyan.
I believe that concludes our business.
Right. Go back to the cart.
Ashton
Varis
will,
looks
but
at
he's gonna
Mik-
rip the door off the hinges first before he walks off.
Lovely. My door.
He takes the door with him.
Does the eye pay for the damages to your estate? At least in your eyes.
I would say it would be fine. Still not happy about it, but... It's a fine agreement. I see no reason to try to bargain any more out of you. You all have a long road ahead.
Christ, I was really getting tired of loose ends. Gods. May I never have to look you in the eyes ever again.
And then turns and leaves. And then turns back, expecting Mikhail to follow.
Mikhail isn't following. He's not even looking at anyone outside right now. Kind of just staring off into the distance.
That's it then, right? We can leave. Our business here is done.
Yeah, go. I'll catch up.
Will you?
I will.
He cannot will himself to leave. He just stands in the doorway.
Come on, Varis. You heard what Mikhail said.
I don't want to.
I know, but he'll be right behind us.
Oh,
He's gripping his right hand again. His left hand holding the doorway frame, which no longer has a door in it.
So he's gonna put his hand on your shoulder and let's give Mikhail some space. All right.
I've stuck true to my word so far. He'll be joining you soon.
what other business could you possibly have?
Varis, would you just go already?
Right. I'm sorry.
He picks himself up, finally.
Mikhail's glaring out the door until they're finally gone enough. He's gonna turn back around. Right. If there's nothing more to be done here.
Nope. You're free to go for the time being.
And Mikhail's going to start heading back to the cart.
So while everyone's headed back to the cart, Triton's gonna pause here for a second, and he's gonna pull out the sending stone, and he's going to make an attempt to call Amber just to check on her. And just for the sake of roleplay, we'll just say that the sending stone rings a couple times, and then it just goes, "Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice message system.
God.
Please leave a message after the tone." And then and then Triton just hangs up and he says, "Well, I guess she might be in a dead area." It's okay. I'll call her later.
I thought
Just
we
heads to the
threw
cart.
the sending stone away.
Nope.
They
Still got it.
they got a new one. As far as
Yep.
I knew it was a new one. As you all
Guess
return to the cart, Anemone is like not seeing Mikhail and looking between all of you frantically.
He's coming.
Varis just sits down and slumps into the chair. Or whatever the seat would be, I guess.
Here you go, Forrest.
Thank you. I just gotta get the ability to move them, and then we'll be good.
Yep, should have
It's
it.
Mikhail, the one-eyed wizard.
He looks the most sad and miserable Anemone has ever seen him.
Alright, can you move it?
Yep.
Good. She's kinda gonna scooch back over to him.
Yeah, he holds her. He can't even bring himself to hold her tightly at this point. He just weakly sort of has his arms around her, staring off into the middle distance.
And Mikhail's kind of... He's walking a lot slower than before. Less with purpose and more just shuffling along as he kind of clambers over the side of the cart and just lets himself fall in haphazardly. As he kind of just lays in the back of the cart, staring up at the ceiling or roof.
Anemone's kind of gonna slowly, and hesitantly shuffle over to Mikhail to make sure that he's alright.
Yeah, Varis will let her go.
Kind of just staring blankly, but it is clear to see that he is missing an eye.
Bill, real quick, let me see one of your jars.
If you dump a thing of dirt into my eye socket, I will strangle you when you sleep.
Scratch that, Bill, never mind.
Anemone's
See you later.
Think it would work.
kind of gonna nudge his arm a little bit.
He's gonna tilt his head slightly to look up at her.
She looks very concerned and upset, like she's kind of about to cry.
He doesn't say or do anything, he just kind of stares. Almost like he's looking through her at this point.
Well, if it's any consolation to you, Mikhail, I personally and truly honestly, I dig the new look. You do rock that one-eye strategy. It's very very unique. I like it.
Doesn't say anything in response, he just kind of sighs.
Speaking of, where has anyone seen Mist? Where's Mist at?
Mist jumps out from the nearby bushes.
Ah, there you are.
Mist heard screaming. Mist hated Bush.
Yeah, that was probably the right thing to do. Well, everyone's okay now. I think. A little bit of a semblance of okay.
Mist is going to kind of climb into the cart and see Mikhail, like, without the eye and shit. And, like, Katha's staring off, and everybody's either pissed off or sad. Mist does not think everybody is alright.
Well, yeah, you might be right. Well, yeah, never mind. Hey, I have something to show you. If you'll humor me, he's gonna set down his backpack and he's gonna pull out his recipe book. And yes, he does have a recipe book now. He flips through a few pages and he finds what he wrote down as the perfect hash brown recipe. Take a look at this. Do you think what do you think about this? Do you know anything about cooking?
Mist knows about fruit. Mist had said that Mist doesn't know anything really about cooking. They know about fruits.
Oh, cool. All right, sweet. Anyways, what kind of fruits do you think would mesh well with this?
Mist
Don't
does
give
not
up any secrets.
Mist does not think putting magical fruits in normal food is a good idea.
Well, it could possess the flavor, or maybe some like extract from certain fruits. Huh?
Triton. Don't give up anything, because Lenora is now always watching us. Don't say anything, don't do anything. Not while Mikhail is looking.
Well, Ashton, this isn't a secret. This is just a recipe book. It's all right.
What does it matter, anyways? If she really wanted to take more from us, she could do it whenever she wants, and we would have no means of stopping her.
Yeah, I'm not really afraid of it, Heg, anyways.
It looks like Kathos is about to speak up, but Lila shoots him a glare, which quickly shoots him down. If we're all ready to go, as Lila gets in the spot for, or where the horses are, we're gonna be leaving. Her normal chipper attitude seemingly gone.
Something tells me I think everyone is ready.
Yeah.
Do it. Let's ball.
And then when he's gonna shuffle away from Mikhail after feeling a little dejected, and she'll go back to sitting next to Varis.
Varis can't even muster the willpower to hold her at this point. He's just kind of staring up with his arms out by his sides with his palms facing up.
And is Ashton coming back to the cart? Or is he gonna walk alongside it again? Tom?
Oh yeah, he's definitely not riding in there. He is 100% walking.
All right.
And every once in a while, he'll take his great sword and he'll just cut down a tree. Just trying to get some type of anger out.
Ashton, why?
Damn it. All right. And as you are leaving, nobody seems to stop you, nobody seems to bother you, you just head on to the route. And it looked like the sun was setting as you guys were leaving, so you'll get about here as the sun is fully gone. If you would like to set up camp, take a long rest.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty low. That would be fantastic.
Quick, Bell, throw some dirt at Varis.
Mikhail will get out to help set up camp if he hears that that's what people are doing.
Hey everyone, I think
Gravel.
we should go camping or something. I think we should I don't know, rest for the night.
Well, Lila's gonna speak up. We don't really have much of a choice. Me and Kathos have to head back to New Crest Hill. And you all have your
Okay.
own journey to do.
Mikhail kind of sits up and looks over at Lila and Kathos. And then kind of glances over at Anemone.
Lila's gonna notice. And if you want, we can take the kid back too.
Mikhail will nod slightly.
Anemone doesn't really do much other than kind of pulls her legs to her chest. But Lila's gonna hop out of the cart. Alright. Let's rest up for the night. I'll take first shift. For watch.
Varis, upon that, wordlessly gets out of the cart and shambles over to a tent. And promptly collapses and immediately conks. He doesn't even bother putting up a bedroll. He just immediately face plants onto the grass and is just out.
Kathos goes to kind of sit by Lila, but she only kind of glares at him, so instead of sitting next to her, he kind of sits like a space or two away.
Triton's gonna scooch over towards Kathos. He's gonna whisper to him.
Are you two fighting or something?
Yeah. Yeah, you could say that.
If you don't mind me asking, why?
he kind of gets a little uncomfortable, and you didn't notice during the fight.
I was kind of busy, not really focused on anything else other than a friend of mine trying to kill Varis in phantom form.
He'll sigh again.
You don't
as
you,
he
you don't have to tell me if you're really uncomfortable about it. I was just curious.
will glance at Lila, but look back at Trey. And if you're really curious, you'd probably better hear from her than me.
All right then. So he's gonna hop up, and he's going to plop right between the two, and say out loud to fuck,
Lila.
blanking name. Lila.
Lila.
Yes, thank you. He's gonna say to Lila, excuse me, why are you and Kithos like fighting? If you don't mind me asking.
She was looking at the fire, like she was thinking about something, and she was trying to, I guess, make a plan or just think. And she'll look over at Trey, and it's a long, very long story. But to put it in its simplest terms, this is exactly why he wasn't supposed to come to deal with this. And what I was afraid of happening. But I was hoping it wouldn't.
Well, he kind of like saved our asses out there. I'd give him credit where credit's due.
Yeah, at what expense?
Well, like, Triton ponders that question. Well, my curiosity is sated. You carry on. He's gonna walk over to Kathos. He's like,
Sorry about that, man.
He kind of just shrugs and goes back to looking at the fire.
Mikhail's going to wait a couple minutes after having rudely shooed Bell and Mist away. And after like maybe 10 minutes, he's gonna look over to check on Anemone.
She hasn't left her spot. She still has her legs pulled up to her chest, and she hasn't exactly looked at Mikhail, or anybody actually, since they stopped. She's kind of been spaced out a little bit.
He's gonna slowly crawl over and just kind of place a hand on her shoulder, tentatively.
She's actually going to flinch a little bit as she comes back to reality and quickly looks over at Mikhail.
And for once, he's not looking through her, and his face has some kind of emotion in it. He's just gonna pull her in and hug her and not say anything, because what is there to say?
After a bit, Anemone will hug back, and all he's going to hear, it's a little muffled, but she's just saying I'm sorry, like, repeatedly.
He's gonna run a hand over her hair and just kind of space out as he just brushes her hair with his fingers and holds her, hoping that she'll just eventually fall asleep.
And she will.
And I think mechanically he's going to take a point of exhaustion, because he doesn't sleep at all.
I think now is a good time to do that thing with the hair.
Alright.
I don't mind saying this here. Around the middle of the night, Mikhail is going to hear another voice in his head. Yippee, more voices!
Was this like the third one?
Yeah. It's Lenora's voice.
Three?
You know, I never thought that the hair really suited you. Let me just fix that really quick while I'm here. As if she's right there when she's actually not, and Mikhail will feel something different, but until he sees, he won't realize that something is different.
I mean, he's always got some hair in his face, so he'll probably see that, but not much else.
Right. There, all fixed. I'll leave you alone now. And her presence seems to disappear.
He doesn't say anything, barely even reacts.
We love magical hair dye.
We love magical hair dye.
Is there anything else anyone would like to do before we go into morning?
Oh.
Alright, so everyone gets a long rest except for the ones who get a point of exhaustion.
Yep.
Which I think is only
Mikhail.
Mikhail.
Yeah, I think everyone else probably sleeps.
Unless Ashton also doesn't sleep.
No, Ashton's sleeping. He already has a point of exhaustion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. Around the next morning, Lila's already packing up way early. Kathos is attempting to help her without setting her off. Which seems to be working so far. And she's gonna go off and check on the people in the tent. So first going to Varis. She doesn't even bother like knocking or saying anything. She just opens the bit of the tent.
It wakes up upon her entering, and as she walks in, she just sees him fucking face planted on the floor in the dirt with no bedroll. Just gets up, turns around. Oh, good morning.
Have a good sleep on the ground.
No, I still feel like shit. And I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. Less from the dirt and more from everything else.
Yeah, sounds about right.
I thought that finally having Dimitri dealt with would make me feel something, and I feel so empty.
Revenge doesn't always guarantee that you're gonna feel better about it afterwards. It's fucking useless.
Was childishly hoping that that would be the case. At the very least, I knew a little bit better, but I had hoped that I could at least get some momentary sense of satisfaction. And I am instead somehow left feeling worse than before.
The important thing is that he can't hurt you guys anymore.
Fair. That is fair. It does not bring me any joy, somehow.
I understand the feeling, but let's get packed up and head out.
Right? No sense dwelling on it. And yeah, he's gonna start getting ready.
His next stop would, or her next stop would be, the Kobold and Belle at the next tent. Alright, come on, dirt guy. Missed.
Bill.
That's right, Belle. I never got the name. Sorry. We're getting ready to head out, so.
Alright.
And she'll. Her next up would be the cart as she kind of leans on the end of it. Anemone is still asleep. And she looks at Mikhail.
Mikhail's still just comforting the sleeping child, kind of just staring at the opposite side of the cart. And he kind of like turns his head just enough so that he can see Lila, but Lila can barely see that he's looking at her.
Did you get any sleep?
He shakes his head.
Oh. She'll kind of pop up into the cart and kind of go over and sit in front of him, glancing at the kid. How are you feeling?
I don't know.
She's gonna look at Anemone next, and she's a powerful kid.
Yeah. Don't even know how she got. Never mind.
Well, did that vampire lady say anything about it?
Yes. She wanted to train the kid. I told her that was off the table.
Good call.
I don't want that woman anywhere near my kid.
Well, I can try to figure out what happened. I could talk to Emil or Renesmee, but with me and Kathos there, it might be a little harder for her to try to run off again. Though, I don't think she's gonna after what happened yesterday.
I was hoping she wouldn't in the first place. That's why I wrote her that letter.
Well, from what I've seen from you guys, maybe she's just a little bit more stubborn than you thought?
Right? Maybe.
Did you give her any time to prepare before you dropped her off, at least?
He kind of pauses, and his eye widens a little bit, in realization of, oh shit. Which is enough for Lila to gather that they probably didn't.
Yeah, that... Never mind, that answers that question. That probably would have been better than just, dropping it on her on the same day, but...
We didn't have time. If we had had more time, I would have. The last time we lingered somewhere that I was planning on sending her, it got demolished.
I think I heard about that. You're talking about that town, huh?
He's gonna nod.
Yeah. Well, maybe we have about a day's travel to getting to the crossroads, so you guys can try to sit her down, talk with her today as we're going. I'm sure that'll prepare her enough.
How do I not fuck it up again?
I'm gonna have to be honest and open.
Thought I was.
Did you dumb it down?
What?
Dumb it down. She's just a kid after all.
No, why would I need to dumb it down when I was her age? I had to understand thieves' cant and be fluent in it.
But she doesn't have to be. She didn't need to be. She didn't grow up under the same circumstances as you did, if I'm understanding correctly. She didn't have to grow up with fighting to survive, in a way. She's still a kid.
How do you dumb something down?
Well, you just try to put your feelings in its most simplest form. You don't want anything bad happening to her. You don't want her to get hurt, and this is way too dangerous for her to go on with you guys.
I had said that, though.
But sometimes kids are a little bit more stubborn than we anticipate, and then somebody ends up getting hurt. There seems to be a little bit more than just words in that statement, as she makes it more like experience.
Mikhail kind of glances down at Anemone and kind of just relaxes a little bit. Right. I'll try to think of something then.
I'm sure you'll think of something. And, she kind of gestures to her. Didn't know you could, do that.
Do what?
Your hair? It's a different color now.
Oh, I didn't do that. Part of my contract, I guess.
If you need help trying to get out of the contract, we can try to help you.
It's not your problem. Not right now. Worry about it after we beat the Lich.
Alright, she's gonna stand up. I'm gonna go check on Ashton before he runs off. She's gonna hop out of the cart and go looking for Ashton. Where is Ashton?
Sneaking.
Sneaking. Okay.
He's a sneaky boy.
Too bad for you that Lila has a +7 to her perception.
Yeah, I didn't expect him to actually be able to do it. Like, he is legitimately, he just took a tree branch and he's hiding behind it, but the tree branch is only like a third of his size.
Yeah, that's a natural 20. As she's like looking around, and she'll kind of see him right away and just walk over and gently kind of move the tree branch out of the way. What you doing?
Don't move, you can't see me.
Pretty sure I can.
No, you can't.
She's gonna give him a look.
He's gonna roll deception. It's a 9.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna work.
Okay.
Come on, we're
What
getting
am I-
ready to go.
Yeah, go on ahead. I'll catch up.
Are you actually, or are you going to run off?
I'll eventually catch up.
Ashton,
What?
they're going to need you.
That bitch has to die.
And you think you can fight her all on your own?
Yes.
Who knows how many servants she has or tricks up her sleeves? As much as I am not a stickler for the rules, let New Crest Hill handle this.
By the time they get there, she'll be gone.
I don't think she's gonna leave that big fancy estate on its own.
But after we kill the Lich, I am going to kill her.
That's fine. But right now, they need your help. They can't afford for you to be gone.
Ashton will walk back to the cart.
Just gonna let out a sigh of relief and head back. Why isn't Archer here? Why does it have to be me?
It's always me!
Oh yeah, go
First
to
of all,
the
locking out this shit.
fucking. I have to deal with everybody's problem because the fucking therapist isn't here. I would say almost everybody is probably gathered up near the cart
Yeah,
at this
Varis
point.
would be there. Yeah, he'd get on the cart.
I kind of have a bit, but it's
Go
fine.
ahead.
Well, yeah, I guess so. All right, it's fine.
So Triton's muttering to himself at the campfire, reviewing his recipe book, and
yes, all I really need is like a pinch of black pepper. There we go, black pepper.
Kathos is gonna kind of look over Triton's shoulder. Need some help?
Little paprika.
no thanks. It's almost ready actually. And he's going to flip the pan. He's gonna flip the little pan he's got and flip it on the other side. And it looks like it is done. All right, everyone. And he's gonna look and see that everybody's in the fucking cart. He's looking at the tents and everyone's already in the cart. Oh, all right. Kethos, would you like to be my first volunteer to try something that I made?
Sure. He kind of just shrugs a little
All
bit.
right. And he hands you a golden brown hash brown.
Hash. A golden brown hash.
Give me
Golden brown hash.
Give me a performance with advantage.
Oh god.
Now I want
Performance,
potatoes.
there it
Thanks a
is.
lot.
With advantage. That's a 7. Let's sure you roll that. All right. Well, that's lower, so I guess a 6. Wait, almost forgot. He pulls out a little finger, like on his like fingertips, wedged between his index and his thumb, a small leaf of parsley, and puts it on the hash brown.
I'm gonna let you roll performance one more fucking time.
Okay,
Yay!
thanks.
I was gonna say, are you gonna
It's a
activate your
16!
natural 20?
Oh my
Say
god!
Triton, like, it'd be really funny if Triton had unintentionally been cursed by some aspect of the deck of many, like as like residual to like never be able to cook an edible meal ever again.
No, that would suck, please. No, so you added the parsley and I rolled a 16. Does that make it better?
Yeah, okay.
I've got news about that parsley. I don't think it was parsley, dude.
Oh no.
Poison ivy.
It was weed.
Okay.
Well, I gave it a taste and it tasted like parsley, so.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. As Kathos takes, like, he was gonna take a bite, but then Triton added the parsley, so then he waited, and then he took a bite, and he kind of nods a little bit, he's like, this is really good.
Triton's eyes light up in excitement, and he writes this down in his recipe. It is good. I'm so glad you like it. I spent so much time reviewing my recipe. I'm so happy. I have enough for everyone else. I'll make sure to put the parsley in on top before I give it to him. Thank you. This means a lot, really. He's gonna rush off. He's gonna rush off and hand everybody a brown hash.
Aww.
Varis puts a hand up before he can hand it to him. I don't have an appetite right now. I'm sorry.
It's all right. I'll save one for you.
Don't. I don't think it will be coming back anytime soon.
All right. And he backs off and then hands Mikhail a brown hash.
Mikhail will take the brown hash and his face actually seems to light up with a small smile when he sees Triton.
He's got a bright he's got like this fucking wide-eyed smile, and he's got or a wide-eyed smile, and his teeth are showing. Like he's got this really huge fucking grin on his face. He's super excited.
I'll hold on to one for the kid when she wakes up.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
Welcome.
I hope you enjoy it. It's Katho said it's really good.
He's gonna smile and take a bite. This is really good.
He squeals.
I think that's gonna be enough to wake Anemone up. She kind of jolts awake a little bit.
Shit, I didn't mean to wake the kid.
She would have woken
Hello,
up anyways.
hello, anemone. I made you brown hash.
Like, she rubs her eye, very confused.
He's gonna, Mikhail's gonna hand Anemone the brown hash.
And she's gonna take it, then she's gonna look up at, Triton, because I think she was there for when the first attempt went awry.
Uh-huh.
And she's kind of gonna look skeptically at it.
He's gonna stare at her. He's gonna stare at her in excitement, just hoping that she'll like it.
And she's gonna look at Mikhail, like, a look on her face that basically just says, "Is this safe?"
He's already taken a bite and he's eating another bite as she looks at him.
She's gonna hesitantly take a bite, but as soon as she does, like, she immediately, like, just starts going fucking eating it. She hasn't really eaten since fucking she left, so.
Oh my god.
Okay, out of character as the player, this makes me unbelievably happy right now. This is fucking awesome.
This makes me happy. I
Guys.
just want more of Triton being happy.
This
is a
certified
certified
hash
hash
brown
brown
moment.
moment.
Oh my god.
I was gonna say, imagine if she takes a fucking bite and it's just the thing that kids do where they just go bleh, bleh, just sticks her tongue out. Bleh.
No, they're supposed to be good.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not like the best. It was a 16 hash brown, but you know, it's still good.
That's still
Yeah,
like
still-
substantially
I
above
hope you
average.
know that when you roll a 5 is for completing an easy task, a 10 is a hard task, and a 15 is a difficult one.
Oh,
So, if you rolled above a 15, that means it's not only above average, it's damn near exceptional.
oh my god.
Because
Triton
cooking
made some
hash browns
gourmet-
isn't supposed to be hard!
No, it's
Triton
not.
made some gourmet hash
Cooking
browns.
hash browns is not bad.
It's not that hard, but I would say around the 5 range would be a McDonald's hash brown, and then the mid range would be
Hey,
like.
I mean, those are pretty good though.
Like a Trader Joe's hash brown?
I'm
would
not
be
a hash
10.
brown person, so maybe
I
I have bad taste, but
Hash brown patties are not the traditional hash brown, by the way. That's an invention of the modern society. Well,
Yeah.
it's a contemporary hash brown.
okay.
Do
God, I
you
love hash
prefer
brown
your
lore.
hash browns whole or scrambled?
Scrambled.
I like them both.
I like both, yeah.
I also like both. I like the feeling of being able to take a hash brown in my hand and just bite into it, but I do also like the feeling of just digging into it with a fork like it's a salad.
This
I
has
want them to be
been
able
a
to, like-
certified hash brown moment.
Yep.
Maybe hungry for hash brown.
Let's continue forward.
Yeah, so Kathos is kind of gonna shuffle in after Lila gets into the driver's seat again and sits next to, in between Varis and Mikhail. I would say,
Who's sitting between Varis and Mikhail?
Kathos.
Alright. Mikhail can't, like, look at him because right eye blind. But he kind of, like, tilts his head a little bit and gives Kathos a smile.
Kathos kind of gives an awkward half smile. And I would say that Mist and, Belle are the last ones in the cart, as I'm pretty sure that Ashton is just going to be walking aside it again.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You don't want to rest your little tootsies?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not next to these assholes.
Not next to these dorks. These fucking
No.
edgelords.
These bitches.
Because just like Varis said, I'm just a stupid, useless mod.
When did Varis say that?
I said it last session.
I don't remember.
He did say that last session.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't say the stupid and useless part. He just called him a mutt, though. But yeah, that definitely
Yeah,
could
I
be
thought you did
interpreted
say
that
stupid,
way.
useless mod.
Dog.
No, just
No,
not.
I didn't say any adjectives. He just called him a mutt.
That's how Ashton sees it.
But yeah, Ashton seeing it that way is in character.
He was in his rage form, so
Varis does not say anything to object to that. He honestly probably doesn't even hear it. He is in his own head right now, contemplating stuff and things.
You thinking little Mr. Thinker.
Yeah, they're not good thoughts. None of them are.
Yeah, you guys are back on the road. And for a while, it's probably very quiet or like awkward conversations are had throughout the cart.
Mikhail still doesn't release Anemone from his grasp, mind you. He's been just kind of holding her the entire time. As a matter of fact, hold on. Even or odd?
Even.
Okay. Mikhail kind of dozes off once or twice while they're in the cart.
On one of the occasions that Mikhail isn't dozing off, Anemone will kind of be messing with her scarf a little bit, and she's going to look up at all her party, her group. Are you mad at me?
No. He kind of looks at the rest of the party for help.
Varis finally gets out of his own head and gives a passing glance towards Mikhail, and then Anemone. I'm more mad at myself than anything. I can't fault you for your actions. You are a child.
Well, if anything, Anemone, I'm personally, I'm not mad at you. I really actually didn't want this to happen. If I could say, he's gonna like whisper a little bit right in front of Mikhail. I'm a little angry at Mikhail for not telling us about it sooner. It would have been a lot easier. But I personally didn't want to give you up, and it really broke my heart to see your face like that. I don't want to see that again. Like I said before, kid, we love you. Nothing's gonna change that.
She's kind of gonna look at the floor of the cart and... But I still can't come with you, right?
No. It's too dangerous.
Well, if I may be the devil's advocate here, I say we keep her with us.
Lila is going to stop the cart as she turns back to look at Triton. If you think yeah. If you think bringing a kid into an active fucking war zone is a good idea, I'm going to assume that your screws are loose.
Triton's gonna look behind him from both left and right, and then he's gonna look back at Lila and then point a finger at his chest.
Yeah. Bringing a kid along? Not the best idea. Yeah, she's powerful, I'll admit that. She's a good kid, but she needs to stay back where it's safe.
Well, like I said, it was just my own personal opinion, and frankly, I think you don't give enough credit, honestly.
Does Varis keep his inside thoughts as inside thoughts? I need to roll for this.
Mm-hmm. Triton,
He does.
I need you to give me even or odd.
I hate even Steven, so I'm going odd Todd.
Even Steven is my fucking man, you bitch!
No, I'm more of an odd Todd guy myself.
She is
Don't
going.
mind Todd, but
She's going to get out. She's kind of gonna go over the little barrier from separating the back of the cart and the front, and
no,
kind of crouch down in front of Triton, like face to face. I have experienced more than you could probably ever say that you've experienced yourself. I have gotten a kid hurt because of my decisions during an active war zone before. It is not fun, and I've lived with that guilt for most of my life. You do not want that on your conscience, especially if something happens to her.
I can agree with your statement. However, you don't know my experiences, and we are fully capable, and so is she. I trust my friends, and I trust the kid. I'll stand by my statement. Like I said, it was just my humble yet probably stupid opinion from your perspective, but I just simply stated some words. Now, if you'd kindly get out my face, I'd greatly appreciate that.
Yeah, I used to think the same way you did. And then she's gonna stand up and go back to the front. And Kethos looks very uncomfortable as Lila continues driving.
Par for the course.
Alright, Varys, you look like you have something to say.
I will say the thing that he was going to say, or that he wasn't going to say. Just, I need to, right as you said that, my fucking pizza arrived. Give me 1 second.
Put into perspective what Lila was talking about. During her time in Strahd, she had let Balin, Renesmee's kid, tag along without telling anybody else in the group because she was under the assumption that he could handle himself and that he would stick close. When the opportunity arose for him to run off on his own to go fight Alana by himself, he did so. And upon not finding him, she freaked out, told Renesmee, and the group had to go and find him. By the time they got there and got to him, he had tried to attack Alana and gotten slashed. Non-lethally, but he still got slashed.
Did he make it out?
Yeah, he made it out. But
Okay, then there's nothing to worry about. Plus, different circumstances. This is a different story. This has nothing to do with Strahd, you know.
but
Renesmee
Strahd didn't
blames
actually exist,
Lila.
according to Ashton.
No. It's fine. See, it's fine. We're good. Different story, different time.
Taurus.
Renesmee blames Lila for that whole thing happening.
Because it was her fault.
Because it was entirely her fault. And while Balin got hit with non-lethal, he wasn't even a level 1 at the time. He was 15. And he almost died.
Yep.
Okay, completely my fault.
Yeah, as the DM, but as players, as a character, if Lila was just a little more mature at the time, she probably would not have let that slide. But she
Different
did.
story, different time, different DM. It's
and
fine.
Consequences of her own actions.
So yeah, upon hearing Triton asking if he had something to say, he, without turning towards Triton, still just looking up at the ceiling, goes, I mean, I don't have feelings one way or the other. Ultimately, I believe that my say in this doesn't actually matter. If Anemone can, if she really wanted to, leave the estate to join us at any given time, ultimately, what I say or do does not matter.
Well, there you have it. ultimately, I don't really agree with putting that decision on the kid. But like you said, Varys, regardless of what we say, she's probably going to resist anyways. So, I mean, we might as well keep an eye on her while she breaks the rules that we set before her.
Anemone is
Mikhail,
going to keep looking at the floor and kind of pull her legs back up to her chest again.
Mikhail's gonna brush Anemone's hair out of her face and kind of look down at her. Are you going to break any more rules?
And she's just gonna shake her head. Thought I could help.
You do help. It might not be in the ways that you want, but you do. The thing that would help the most is if you continue to live. Just live. You don't need to fight. You shouldn't have to fight. I don't want you to.
But what if you get hurt and you don't come back?
And Mikhail's eyes kind of glaze over a little bit as his expression kind of darkens. And he is kind of just searching for the right words to say.
Triton's gonna pat Mikhail on the shoulder and say to an Anemone that that's not gonna happen. We're gonna be all right.
She's gonna look up at Triton. Promise?
Promise you?
Mhm.
I can guarantee it. He's gonna say that with full confidence.
She's gonna hold out her hand for a pinky promise.
If
Triton
anyone
looks
can
up.
see Mikhail's face, they're allowed to make an insight check if they wish.
I will do that. Yes, I will do that. Triton holds his pinky out. This giant ass pinky wraps around the small child pinky. I promise. Insight.
And then she's gonna look up at Mikhail. Oh, that's a 2.
Yeah, no, nothing. You see that Mikhail is sad. What else is new?
I might have
Mikhail.
Kathos roll, but he's notoriously bad for insight.
Maybe this time he'll be good.
17?
This guy's an amalgam.
Yeah.
Or
For
an
Kathos,
amalgam.
that's enough. But it's something that you, the DM, already know, that the party doesn't know.
Oh, yeah. And, I don't think a 7 was enough, Triton.
I figured. It's okay. I'll figure it out later.
Anemone's gonna kind of take the scarf off, which she's never done. And she's gonna take Mikhail's hand and kind of tie it around his arm.
He's gonna smile. And just kind of squeeze her shoulder reassuringly.
That way, you can give me my scarf back when you come back.
Right.
Is there anything else anybody would like to do?
Or if there's a conversation that's happening while Mikhail's snoozing.
No, Varis is not talking. He is talking a lot to himself, but nobody else. The voices in his head are very, very mean right now.
That's funny. I thought Mikhail only had voices.
Well, it's him talking to himself, his own inner voice.
I'd like to think that Triton is reading one of his books out loud to both Bill and Mist, and they seem to be rather enraptured in the story.
I think I'm gonna have Kathos check on Varis. Because he's sitting next to him as he kind of, like, leans over. You, right?
He snaps out of it for a second, and then, like, looks over at who even said the comment, sees it's Kathos, has a kind of quizzical look on his face, barely perceptible. He's not really showing that much emotion right now. Looks back up at the ceiling. I don't know.
It just seem very, bothered at the moment.
I just
Yeah, I'm gonna roll to see if he actually puts this in a specific way. Okay.
I just feel as though I have no agency in my own life, and that I am drifting along in the wind, acting solely for myself, and that none of my actions actually have any meaning. And I am giving pensive thought to the idea that I simply do not matter.
Well, as much as I can try to tell you that that's not the case, I'm not sure if you'll believe me, but you definitely matter to these folks and that kid.
I know that. Sometimes I question why. And I have a duty to fulfill. I can't. Never mind. I just. I feel so hollow.
After dealing with Dimitri for the final time.
That's among everything else. I just feel like I'm too powerless to do anything to change my circumstance.
Well, I believe that you got what it takes. Like, you guys are gonna defeat this guy, this lich.
Maybe I just. After Lenora and what happened with Anemone, I just. I don't feel like I'm capable of doing anything.
I think that everything with Lenora, she kind of says it in a pissed off tone, was very much out of any of our control. Me and Lila probably could have taken her, but he stops as he kind of the sentence kind of drifts off.
Maybe it's. But I just. It feels like everything that has happened recently has been out of my control. The Empire flooding, the city being ravaged by the meteors, Anemone escaping and almost getting imprisoned, Lenora.
all of these things I could not have possibly stopped, even if I have known about them. It's just too big.
Well, apparently, and he's gonna glance over at Lila's direction. That's the thing about being a big adventurer and hero.
But if I can't stop anything, then what's the point? I mean, if I didn't selfishly want to continue living because I simply do not want to know what it feels like to die.
Nobody wants to die, but as adventurers, we do the things that we do even if there's a possibility of failure or being unable to stop something, because we are fighting for more than just ourselves.
I suppose that's true. I I wish that it felt more like a reward and less like chains that were binding me. I don't want to die. I don't. I just don't feel like I have the motivation to continue to live either.
Well, you gotta see her grow up, right? And she kind of gestures towards Anemone's direction. She's gotta have somebody.
Wouldn't she be better off without me?
I don't think she'd like it very much.
Part of me wants to think that that doesn't matter. Sure, she wouldn't like it, but she doesn't like the idea of staying at home either. What does it matter?
Oh, she's a stubborn one, that's for sure. Especially to run away from the Renesmee Weiss.
That's true, I suppose.
They're possibly the kindest family I know, so it can't have been an easy decision for her to make to run off, even if she did do it on her own.
I'm going to continue on, in the hopes that somewhere along the path to the Lich, I can find something to look forward to. At the very least. It's not like I have a choice in the matter. Destiny has wound me into its twisted web long ago. And to think that all of this started because I just wanted some quick gold pieces. Some part of me wishes that I had never left Drakengard. Never met any of you. Simply continued living my life in ignorant bliss. And let the world pass me by. I truly do not know that. I don't know if my introduction into your lives has made it better or worse. Part of me thinks that it's for the worse.
Well, from my point of view, I don't think you all could have made it this far without each other.
I. He looks like he wants to refute him, but he says nothing. Even without an insight check, you can tell that he doesn't believe him, but that he can't find it in his heart to argue with him anymore. Okay. I think I need a bit more time to myself.
He's gonna give a small nod. Yeah, that's. Yeah.
And he
looks at him and gives him a half-hearted smile before looking back up at the top of the cart.
All right, anyone else?
I mean, Mikhail, I should probably roll still for this, but Mikhail is quote-unquote talking to himself right now.
Oh boy, yeah, go ahead. Because Kathos is right next to him, and Triton is right there, and Anemone's right there.
That's a natural 1 for a total of 13.
Oh my god.
Mikhail, could you keep it down, please? I'm trying to read a book to Mist and Bell.
Kathos got a 14. Anemone also got a natural 1. She does not know what's going on.
But yeah, Mikhail's talking to his new sword.
Oh. Yeah, Kathos isn't gonna... He notices, and he kind of just awkwardly looks away like, yeah, I'm not gonna... No, not gonna touch that.
But that's pretty much it for downtime now.
Alright. So, as you guys get to the crossroads here, it's about nighttime, so this will be the final long rest before you guys split off. Is there anything you guys would like to do special during the long rest?
Yes, there is.
Oh boy. Hit me with it.
So, when Varis goes to his tent,
Yeah, he
Ashton
does.
and-
Pretty much immediately.
Ashton and Bellbottom are going to sneak in.
Oh god.
Okay.
Oh no.
He does actually have the sense to put up a bedroll this time, and he's just getting snug.
Okay, so we need about 5,000 gold, and we need to kill you.
Whereas fucking stone grinding sound effect as he looks up at the both of you.
Bell does like a smile and then like a toothy smile, so you see one of his wooden fake teeth with 2 thumbs up.
He gets out of the bedroll and he hands Ashton one of his short swords. Fine. He spreads out his arms as if to accept it.
Okay, but we are going to be bringing you back. Just so you know.
He says nothing.
It's how we're going to get rid of the Revenant. So, Ashton's gonna jam the sword into his heart.
Great.
Yeah, he just lets that shit happen.
No, I don't have any spell slots.
No, he does. You guys had a
What do you-
long rest.
I used all of them. I used every last one.
Yeah, I kind of had like a scratch on my leg, and I had to have Bill.
He had
Triton, he kept on getting
separate
bitten.
times.
He kept on getting bitten by mosquitoes, and he asked me to heal it every time.
Those goddamn squirrels bit my ankle earlier today, so.
Yeah,
Come
so
on, let me kill the squirrels.
Alright, yeah. He'll cast Revivify with the check that Varis wrote out.
It works.
He just pries it out of his pocket after its fucking corpse hits the floor.
He puts ink on your finger to like stamp it to make it approved.
It works.
And he's back.
And Varis, as you feel yourself
He-
come back to life, you feel as if this presence is gone.
I'd like to ask something.
Yeah.
Oh,
If someone's revivified, does that mean that they lose any buffs or debuffs from the Dick of Anythings outside of the Revenant?
I would say so.
Wait, does
It
that
depends.
remove the curse?
That means you're. Wait, no, hold on.
Also,
No,
Varis,
That's up to
you
the
have-
DM's
That's the jury
description.
card, never
Yeah,
mind.
I would say so because you're literally like dying and then coming back. It's like a kind of fresh start at a cost, you know?
Varis, you do have a lot of dirt in your mouth. To make the revivify work, the dirt had to really get in there.
He's like coughing up dirt.
See, is that
You
good
also
shit?
notice Ashton also has a bunch of dirt, but there's a big pile under your tent where he was eating it.
Varis, be sure to swallow it all. Okay.
You need to swallow all the dirt.
Well, we always
Well,
heard
you
that you
don't-
were good at swallowing.
Oh, damn, Varis, he got you there.
He feels around on his shirt and like feels that there is now a hole where the short sword stabbed through. I should have lifted my shirt. If that is
I could fix that.
More dirt in
puts
his
down-
mouth.
He puts down his hands.
He'll rub dirt in his hands and then like blow slight specks on it, and as like the little dirt particles are interacting with it, he's casting mending through it, so he's just mending the shirt back together.
Dying does not feel like what I expected it to feel like.
You know, if you keep on getting money and you give me the money, you'll never have to worry about dying again.
So you have 5k gold just gone.
Yep.
Yeah,
Son of a bitch.
Bye, money.
I'm down to 4,500.
Oh, boo!
It'll still
you almost
be
have enough for another
I'm
revive.
broke.
it'll still be enough to put
Varis.
a Nemone into college.
Varis, we did find out that you have a heart, so that's new information.
Going to bed. Please leave.
Well, I got what I wanted. I
Why?
killed Varis!
Give me my short sword back.
We are.
Finders keepers. He gives it back.
We're cool though, right?
He grabs it.
Did Ashton
And-
actually yell that?
Yeah, he yelled, I killed Varis!
Anemone was probably dozing off, and she immediately jumps up and goes to the end of the cart and quickly looks out. Like,
Oh, he's alive now.
she kind of gives you a look and looks at Mikhail before quickly climbing out of the cart, almost fucking falling.
There's a good reason for it.
And she's
Triton
gonna,
approaches
she's-
Ashton from behind,
she's gonna
and
run over to
he's
Varis's
he's
tent
very
first.
pissed off, and
What?
he's not going to say a word. He's just going to raise his hand and just smack you in the back of the head.
Uh.
Not very hard, but just like one of those fucking taps.
Actually, hold on. Does it give him... Okay, so he now can think a little smarter. Oh, we had to kill Varis so it got rid of the Revenant. But Bellbottom, he just revivified him and healed him. So it's all good. And now we don't have to deal with the Revenant anymore.
That's great, but I didn't hit you because you killed Varis. I hit you because you're being loud and everyone's trying to sleep. Please.
But, as that's all happening, Anemone kind of bursts into Varis's tent.
When she comes in, she'll hear Belle being like, so I know you just gave me a lot of money, but I'm gonna need to be compensated for that debt. That was like very, very, very special to me.
It was
if you could just
expensive.
I found it in a really nice place. If you
This
just if
This
you
is
find
hardly my
anything,
money anymore anyways. How much do you need?
oh, I don't need money. No. Just if you look at any dirt and it looks really nice, just let me know, please. You got really good eyes.
He He looks bewildered at the very bizarre comment. And see, this is like the only thing that has seemed to actually get him out of his depressed funk. She's like, what the fuck?
You can see really well. Like, dude, you're cool. You're nice with it. You got the sauce.
Your eyes are gorgeous, Varis.
Oh my god.
They sparkle even in the moon.
Even in the dark, they sparkle.
Okay,
Varis, I think
Dorian.
I'm in love with you.
Tonight,
The
please.
nightmare
Good
molecule.
night.
Love you.
Love you too.
See you in a
Oh, good night.
No. Okay, no, so to put into perspective, I was listening to Dungeons and Daddies, and there was a whole love square pentagon thing going on. I don't need to deal with this again, alright?
The
Love
nightmare
Nightmare
polycule.
rotation.
Hold on, I gotta write that down. Love
Fucking
Pentagon.
nightmare polycule.
That's literally what it was. That's exactly what it was. But,
I love that. Love Pentagon.
Anemone is immediately going to tackle, hug Varis.
I'm okay. I suppose I know what it's like to die now.
And she kind of just hugs you a little tighter.
He's gonna half-heartedly hug back.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for making you worry.
So after, oh, hang on. There we go. After that exchange, Triton's gonna walk in, and he's going to see, Belle and everybody. He's going to see, Varis. Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm fine now.
Did they like tie you up
Yeah.
or something to like kill
No.
you?
No. I let it happen. There
Why'd you
wasn't
do
much of a
that?
point in trying to stop them anyways. Hey, I mean, supposedly, I'm not going to get chased by... He thinks for a moment. I forgot her name.
Her name's Cora. And
Right, Cora. And I think I also... I think my curse is gone from the deck of many. I feel like a imperceptible weight has been lifted off of me.
that's good, right?
I suppose it is.
All right then. Are you still worried about the thing you told me about a few days ago?
What thing?
Your
He thinks
impending
back.
demise.
Well, that's funny, really. I mean, I've just come back from the dead, haven't I? I truly don't have any agency, even in my own death.
I mean, well, technically, you willed that death, but I'll let you have that. Yeah.
The point is, I'm fine.
All right.
About as fine as I can be.
Well, it's better than not being okay. I guess. Bill, why are you looking at Varis like that?
I was just saying that
So
they can see
beautiful.
really well. They see really, really good, and I just keep an eye out on that dirt.
Anemone
I
is
should
going to throw a pebble at Belle.
Well, that's not dirt. I hate rocks. Actually, kid, could you keep an eye out for dirt too, please?
Oh my
She's
god.
gonna stick her tongue out at him.
Nah.
You know, I actually like rocks. I'll take that one. He takes it.
It's literally just
Like
a fucking
dirt.
pebble.
I just used my dirt that I've been saving up for 20 years.
You know, I get the feeling that Anemone wants to talk to me. And I also get the feeling that she wants to talk to me alone. If you could
I
give
was
us some
trying to
space.
walk out, but for some reason, I physically couldn't because I don't have control. But someone else. Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm moving. Oh, help! Wait, this is not on my control. Wait.
No, what are you doing?
I'm very depressed. I'm method acting.
Oh no!
They're sending me back to the plains.
I said I was leaving earlier.
I can't be when you're this funny.
My bad.
And now Triton plops down next to a log and sleeps, snoring.
Often problems people have never had.
Trying to be depressed, but the friend's too funny. Oh no!
Varis walks and shuts the I don't know, the opening to the tent and sits back down on his bedroll next to Anemone. What am I going to do with you? What am I going to do? He starts crying a little bit. There's tears welling up in his eyes.
Anemone doesn't really know what to do at first, so she kind of just hugs him again.
He hugs her back. Holds her really close. You're just going to do whatever you want, regardless of what I tell you to. I don't want you to get hurt. I don't want anything to happen to you. And I don't know whether it's best to keep you with me or keep trying to get you to stay with the Weiss family, but you're more than capable of going wherever you want, and it's not like me telling you to do something is going to mean anything. Even if I say why I feel like it's important. And I don't know what to do.
Anemone kind of looks up at him, and she had given her scarf, so she doesn't to Mikhail, so she doesn't really have anything to mess with. But
He is wearing Mikhail's cloak still, notably. I don't think he ever gave it back.
no. She fiddles with the cloak actually a little bit, and you'll hear her mutter, "I'll try to listen better."
I shouldn't even be talking about this with you anyways. I'm such a terrible guardian.
Nuh-uh.
He wants to say something so badly, but he doesn't have the heart to do it. Maybe you're right. If she rolls a high enough insight, you can tell that he is very clearly lying to himself.
She's notoriously bad for insight, so let's see.
It'll be like a 10 to beat. It is not particularly hard to tell that he does not feel genuinely about himself agreeing with her.
She actually rolled a 19.
Yeah, no, she knows that he's not being genuine with that statement whatsoever.
She kind of frowns a bit and looks up at him, kind of a little angry, and she's like, "You fought powerful stuff and you protected me and everyone else. I think you're really cool."
Cool. Huh. Yeah, I guess I was. A little bit. But he pauses, thinking of what he's supposed to say, and he doesn't know.
But I'll stay with nice people from the village.
Please do. I don't think my heart can take much more. If Lenora had done something to you, I don't know what I would have done. I just, I feel so worthless.
She was the one with the scary purple magic, right?
Yes,
And you can tell that Anemone is hesitating to say something else as she stops herself.
I. Even with what I heard about the terms of Mikhail's deal, if she really wanted to, if she really felt like it, she could have taken you away anyways. The terms and conditions of the deal were not. They had too many loopholes. It wasn't airtight. The only reason why she didn't bother is because she's just toying with us. And I can't possibly hope to stand up to her. Even after after all this time, after everything I've done, I'm still just as powerless as the kid I was before I left Dragon Guard for the very first time.
Deal?
What?
What deal?
Lenora, well, Mikhail, supposedly, I only saw the back end of it, but Mikhail made a deal with Lenora that we would be granted the privilege of exiting her estate without injury to any of us. But if that really were the only terms and conditions of the deal, she could have just waited for any of us to leave and either, well, the grounds were only for once we left. She could have done whatever she wanted after we took a single step off of the estate, killed us, imprisoned us, imprisoned you, and I couldn't have done a damn thing about it. Her magic is too strong.
You were
She could wish me away with the flick of a finger.
fighting Dimitri. So
And she's clearly stronger than he is. By a substantial margin, if I had to put a guess to it. At the very least, I could give Dimitri a run for his money. I don't even think I could have beaten him, in all honesty. Especially if it were just us. In a one-on-one. So if I couldn't hope to beat him, then killing Lenora, or even just incapacitating her, would be a fool's errand. I just... I'm lucky that she decided to go with the spirit of the contract and not the actual written word. Because if she decided to, she could have done whatever she wanted without technically breaking the rules of the contract that were made. And I would have had to watch helplessly
as you were taken away from me, with nothing I could do to stop her. And it makes me think that maybe it would have been better if the two of us had never met. That you wouldn't have to feel anything about me, and I would never feel this way about you, and that we could have both gone on with our lives, not feeling this painful rift,
But
not feeling so helpless.
then I wouldn't have gotten my lion or gotten that cool tattoo thingy on my arm with you, or
Yeah, I I suppose so. I He takes a moment, breathes to himself. He thinks back on all the things that they've done, on the times that they've smiled to each other and laughed together and had meals together. He thinks back and he remembers what it looked like when he saw her for the very first time behind Mikhail under his cloak, and about what it was like when he saw her smile to him for the very first time, and how warm he felt on the inside. And he finally looks back at Anemone, and for the first time since they had left, he smiles an actual, genuine smile at her. You know, I shouldn't kid myself. I want to see you live a happy life, the life that I never got to have. And as much as I would like to sit back and let somebody else who's more qualified or more capable or stronger go out with everyone else in my stead and kill the Lich, I don't think that is the hand that fate has dealt for me. So if I'm the only one who can step up for this task, even if inevitably I might not succeed, trying at all might just be better than nothing. He puts his hand on her shoulder and looks down at her. I do want you to stay with the Weiss family still. I don't want you to have to fight alongside me. Not because I don't think that you're capable, but because I want you to be able to live a life that's normal. I want you to be able to enjoy the little things. Wake up not having to worry about if you will die on that very same day. Not have to worry about who you might have to kill, who you might watch die in front of you. And I promise you, with all that my promise might mean, that I will come out of this. I will walk out the other side triumphant and alive. Because if I've really made it this far, and I haven't died, somehow, I don't think that's going to be changing anytime soon. Not if fate still has other plans for me. He hugs her really tight to his chest, with tears streaming down his face.
She's gonna hug back.
You should go to bed. It's very late. Unless you wanted to sleep in my tent.
She'll kind of glance at the door of the tent. She might have an idea. And she kind of gets up. 1 sec, and then she's gonna run out the tent. And wherever Mikhail is,
He's been waiting by the cart this whole time.
she's gonna run over to Mikhail and grab his hand. And start to try to pull him towards Varis's tent.
Well, okay. And he is gonna follow. He wasn't really paying attention to where Varis was sleeping, so he doesn't know where Varis's tent is.
And she's gonna drag Mikhail inside of Varis's tent and sit down.
And once he realizes that this is in fact Varis's tent, he's like, "Oh, okay." And he'll go sit down next to Anemone.
She looks
He looks shocked as Mikhail enters the room and sort of puts his hand into his pockets and looks away a little bit.
Anemone looks very happy with herself.
Mikhail is a bit awkward. He's just trying to be normal.
Is there a reason you brought him in here?
I want to sleep in the same tent as my dad's.
Uh, oh. Mikhail doesn't have the heart to correct her.
Orson wiped away his tears and then they started coming back all over again.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And yeah. He's gonna make himself comfortable in his bedroll. Well, Mikhail, are you joining me in here?
I was. He kind of shuffles awkwardly and he's gonna scooch so that Anemone's not so that Anemone's in between the two of them.
Alright. She's probably gonna grab either of their arms as she attempts to snuggle up to both of them.
Yeah, he'll just lay there really awkwardly and try to relax and not stare at Varis.
Varis smiles, holds Anemone's hand, and dozes off.
Mikhail has a harder time falling asleep.
Alright, would anyone else like to do anything for this long rest?
Oh my god, I didn't cry, but I got really close.
Damn it!
I got really close twice.
Fuck!
The I want to sleep with my two dads line almost killed me.
But I think that means everybody gets a long rest and nobody is exhausted anymore.
Yay!
Yippee!
And as morning comes, packing seems to go seamless. Lila and Kathos seem to not be, or Lila doesn't seem as mad at Kathos anymore.
Yay!
As you guys continue on. But as you do, like, get ready to pack up, Lila and Kathos seem to just be packing their bags and a bag for Anemone, as they assume that you guys would be taking the cart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Lila is going to turn to you guys. Alright, I'm packed up and I have a bag packed for the kid. We'll be ready to set out on foot. You guys can take the cart.
Alright. Are you going to be alright on foot?
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Okay. And Mikhail has helped pack up the rest of Anemone's things, essentially.
Varis as well, I would say. He would also help.
And Anemone has not left their sides the entire morning.
Yeah. Well, I suppose this is goodbye for now.
She's kind of
We
gonna...
shouldn't be gone long.
She's gonna look bummed out and kind of stay in her spot as she, like, glances at Kathos and Lila before looking up at Varis and Mikhail.
Ugh.
Mikhail is going to take her hand and give her a small smile. Maybe when you get back to New Crest Hill, ask Lila to help you with reading that letter I wrote. I've been told it might not be the easiest to understand.
She kind of nods a little bit. It made me a bit upset.
I'm sorry.
I don't want you to leave without at least something that you can look at and remember that I'm still out there fighting for you. He takes out his second short sword, his secondary one, and he holds it out to Anemone. Take it. I almost never use it anyways.
She's gonna take it and try to hold on to it as carefully as she can because she's never held a sword before.
Don't poke yourself with that. And, yeah. She would also notice that, actually getting a closer look at it, this is the short sword with his mom's name engraved on it.
Aww.
I think it was Maei.
She's gonna carefully give the sword to, Lila before running back over to the two and hugging them.
Yeah, he'll hug her back.
Mikhail will also give her a big ol' hug.
She's also, going to give a hug to, like, Ashton and Triton and Belle.
Ashton will pet her hair, just to ruffle it up.
Rain's gonna take a piece of his paper in his notebook, and he takes a moment to write something down, and he hands it to an Anemone. Here you go, kiddo. I figured you could use this, and if she looks at it, she'll see a recipe for the actual. It says the good hash brown recipe, and it's the recipe for the hash browns that he made. That was really good.
Oh.
And next time I see you, I'm sure I'll have revised that recipe, but that's all I've got for right now.
Does Belle say anything to her?
Yeah, I thought someone was gonna say something. Bell has like a little tear coming from his eye patch, and he takes out a small vial of dirt, and he'll get on one knee. This is for you, kid. This, and then he'll whisper in her ear, this right here. This is the actual good shit. The other stuff, I had to use magic. Don't tell anyone, but this one can actually heal. This is the actual good stuff. If you
Wait,
ever
what?
get hurt, he's whispering it, you dick. If you ever get hurt, you use this, okay?
She's gonna look at him a little weirdly as she takes the vial and kind of nod. Kind of like a, okay, sure.
Just
Whatever you
watch me
say,
work
crazy man.
by itself.
I use magic all this other times. Don't tell anybody; they'll think I'm a fraud.
No, don't put him on fraud watch. That's crazy.
The fraud
I thought,
allegations.
I thought everyone knew
sold-
that.
I sold dirt to 2 merchants.
Oh my god.
Quite literally just been grabbing dirt from the ground.
Dog.
What did you expect?
So it was healing word. This is the good shit. Is the healing word?
Yeah, he
Uh,
just says it to be his verbal component.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
And as she almost forgets, and she'll go back up to Mikhail and kind of tug on his arm a little bit, kind of looking for something.
Yeah.
Where's Thrin?
Oh. He's gonna kind of point at his void eye.
Hello.
And
Says
I mean, she doesn't really know how to whisper to Thrin because he's the eye, so she's just gonna say it out loud. Protect everybody.
you can count on me, kid.
And she's gonna smile a little bit, and she's actually gonna move her hair out of her face so you can all see both of her eyes for once. And you all will finally see in clear view the scar on her left eye. We match. Different eye, but we match.
Mikhail's gonna smile
Oh.
and try not to tear up.
On the eye that Thrin is in, there is tears. Thrin now controls the eye duct there. He's
Fuck
using
you.
tears.
Fuck you.
This isn't Mikhail. This is me. This is me, Thrin.
And she's gonna give Mikhail and Varis one more hug before heading off with Lila and Kathos.
As soon as they are far enough away to the point where Mikhail can't see them anymore, his expression shifts back to cold and emotionless.
The contrary, the exact fucking opposite happens with Varis. Holy shit, I feel better than ever.
Good for you. Because we have a job to do.
Whatever happened to Dimitri? Is he really inside of that sword that you have now?
He's gonna take out the sword. As a matter of fact, yes.
It's give me.
No! It's mine.
Oh, come on, I'll give it back.
I don't think you're gonna like what he has to say.
I don't care.
Fine. And he's gonna give Sword Mitri to Varis.
He yanks it. What's up, asshole? How does it feel to fucking lose?
In your head, you just hear fuck.
You almost there. Oh my god, this is hilarious.
I need to see the sword for a bit.
Oh God, no.
Fine. Don't break it.
No. I need to ask
I
Dimitri
have
some
permission to
questions.
give it. Fine. Here, you can have it. Have fun. He tosses it.
Hey there. How you doing? I have some questions for you.
What is it,
And you're
dog?
going. So, Lenora said that you know about others that are like me. Where are they?
Now, why would I tell you?
Because I will shove you up some creature's ass.
Interesting proposition.
It's a threat, actually.
Say no.
Interesting. You obviously in your head you obviously hear him. What he's about to say is not true. What if I want that because he's too prideful to not spill anything?
So he's gonna walk over to where there's some horse manure.
Oh,
Okay, no, hold on. Hold on.
You know I
The
have to
fuck
use
on.
that, right?
I know, but this is important to me.
Fine.
How about
Wash it off
a deal?
afterwards.
Just a little cut from your hand. I'm so parched. It'll be like old times. Just a little drop. That's all I need.
Mikhail, it's asking me for some blood.
Just a drop.
It said just a drop.
Fine.
Ashton is going to put his finger in his mouth, and with his canines, he's going to make a little prick of blood on his finger, and then put it on the sword.
That's better.
Now tell me what I want to know.
Yeah.
Exactly where would they be located?
Oh, me? I don't know.
Okay, I
See,
pulling this out of my
I
ass.
never worked that out, so that's up to you, babe. Because
Alright,
Dimitri
bet.
is your character.
I found them wandering. They were going from Erwin, and I believe they were making the trek to Grim Peaks.
And do you think that they're part of my family?
It is possible. I haven't met many of your kind, but they were the first in a long time. There's no guarantee that they're still there, but that's a place to look.
Thank you. I say as I hand the sword back.
And Mikhail's gonna take the sword. And then he's gonna glance at it. You can still drink blood in that form.
Yes, I guess I absorb it through the blade. I will tell you this. Since I'm a part of your little trek now, unwillingly, mind you, if you feed me enemy's blood, I can hurt them more than normal, more than a normal sword.
Well, you told me exactly what I want to hear. Deal.
Maybe this won't be so bad.
Of course not. I'm not entirely idiotic.
That's true. You're not Varis.
You're not. You weren't too keen on making deals the first time we met. And you shot my child, so it was off the table. I had to get revenge. You understand how it is.
Well, you see, I had thumbs back then. And you were a part of that guild I hate so much.
Hmm. It's not. We'll have to save that talk for later. But.
I swear, if you're telling me you were never actually part of that guild, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed.
Oh, no, I was. Claude is my father, after all.
What?
Well,
The
not.
accent drops, by the way.
Just stops talking in the accent.
Stop sucking the accent.
blood-related.
What? What?
Not blood related. I was a foundling. He took me in. My blood father I actually sent back to be imprisoned there. And, I presume that he went back, because I threatened to, track him down and make his rest of his living days a unending nightmare.
I could help with that.
You helping something? Curious.
I have to make the best out of this little deal we have. And I'm hungry. So might as well make it work.
Alright. Just know that you're sharing rent with, Thrin, as he taps his eye.
Holy shit, is that what I'm feeling? What the hell is it?
Oh.
Not entirely sure.
When you hit me with that thing, it was
Hurts,
nothing.
doesn't it?
Was naturally resistant to everything except that. That is unnatural, not born naturally in this world.
Goody me.
He'll be quiet for now. He's thinking, thonking.
Stonking.
Yeah,
He
he's
out here
thonking.
thanking.
You doing a little thank.
Dimitri doing thanking? Now that's out of character.
He's a sword. All he has to do on his free time is think.
Oh, damn. I guess he shouldn't have become a sword then.
Oh wait.
Ah!
he couldn't help it. Alright. The next stop. As you guys get into the cart and you start heading down to the next factory, you know from looking at your map of the Haven Plains that this is supposed to be a kind of big-ish town, and with a bunch of small towns around it. As you're going through some of the small towns, you'll notice that there's nobody around. They're devastated. Like a group of something came through and ransacked the place.
Something, huh?
Well, looks like we're back to finding towns in ruins again. I can't say that this pleases me.
Wait, are we on this already?
May I roll a perception or not perception, history?
Yeah.
Sweetos.
And do
Okay.
I sense anything with my animal senses?
Not currently.
That's a 15.
Triton, you know from your history that this path of destruction looks eerily similar to how your clan would handle their raids.
Oh boy. Alright.
So what are we dealing with this time is the question.
I think my dad passed through here.
You're... I see. So we're finally meeting the bastard then, are we?
I guess so.
It seems you were not joking about him.
He's got a way of leading his people, I guess.
I used to consider them my family. I don't recognize. I'll recognize this destruction, but this is a little more erratic than what they used to do, and I'd rather I'd rather not. Let's just press forward, see how far the damage went.
As you continue through, you'll start to get to the main big town in the center of it all, and that's when you'll see in the distance other Goliaths, just like Triton.
Oh God.
And
I had plans. Oh no. I gotta read the script. Oh my God.
there doesn't seem to be any walls or anything. Nobody seems to stop you. But it doesn't feel friendly either. It feels tense and unwelcoming as small crowds start to gather, as all these Goliaths start to eye the group in the cart.
Varis is really tempted to flip one of them off, but he thinks better of himself and doesn't.
He picks up on Varis wanting to flip them off, so he flips them off.
Oh god.
Stop!
That's when the big group of Goliaths that has started together, gets in front of the cart and stops it from moving any more forward.
It just looks like he has the
So-
dumbest look on his face. Cross-eyed, shit-eating grin, like...
So Triton's gonna step out of the cart and approach these Goliaths. Are they tall? Like, are they bigger than him, or like they slightly taller than him?
What would you have considered Triton a runt of his group, or
He's not necessarily a runt, more so just, how do I say this? He's fully developed. He's just not in peak physical form compared to the other Goliaths. We'll just go with that.
He's not as buff.
Not buff per se, but like lacking the complexion of other Goliaths.
Like pale?
He is.
Sure, we'll go with that. He's just slightly different, but not
He's
like
cleaner than the other Goliaths.
yeah, he's
not
way
like other
cleaner,
Goliaths.
well taken care of. He's like every other Goliath is just dirty and fucking like hasn't showered in weeks.
These
This
motherfuckers
guy
don't take showers.
and would Triton recognize these Goliaths?
yeah, he'll recognize some of them or a lot of them, but they kind of don't really seem to reciprocate a welcoming vibe, even seeing him.
Yeah. Hello, Dave, Rachel. Been a while.
Oh, you know these people.
They have office names.
Yeah.
Is one of them Dwight?
No,
Dwight the Goliath.
they all kind
I
of.
thought they were gonna. I really thought they were gonna be called something like, I don't know, Skull Crusher or something.
Not
Or
all
Neptune.
Goliaths are. No. What are you talking? Whatever.
Well, your name's Triton. So
Yeah, my dad's name is Neptune. He
Oh.
named me after. It's a long story.
right.
One that I am yet to develop. So please, just give me more time.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I'll take this entire fucking week to write out some goddamn lore. I'll tell you that.
Mikhail, when they got in though, was kind of just taking in the sights and kind of mean mugging a little bit. Like if he saw anyone glaring at them, he was glaring back.
Yeah.
Really quick, Triton, how
Also-
tall are you?
So hold on. Character sheet.
7'6". Oh no, wait,
tallness-
9'7".
No. It was background. He is 7'9".
7'9"?
Yep.
Go ahead
Pretty
and say your
big.
piece real quick.
Huh?
You want to finish your thought from earlier before
Oh
I get
yeah,
in?
I was gonna say, so the whole like Neptune's clan it consists of like a diverse like group of like different species, such as like dark elves, dwarves, Goliaths predominantly, but it's just like it's a band of people who kind of would
Break the law. Break the law.
kind of chaos lovers, that sort of thing.
Evil aligned creatures.
Yeah, sort of.
They better not worship Slanesh.
Say chaotic neutral.
I hope that they worship Slanesh, actually.
You would.
You
they
all
worship Neptune.
will hear murmuring around you from the other Goliaths as they see you, recognizing Triton. Some remembering him, some vaguely forgetting about his existence, until you hear a bang, bang. Everyone shuts up quick. They stand at attention, some with fear, some with respect, as they all turn forward. As you all look up, you'll see a hulking Goliath, one with just a beard, long down to his chest. Looks someone like Triton, but just him sitting down on his throne made of bones. You see an ornate warhammer with a orb on the side of it. He looks like he has seen his fair share of battles. He has multiple scars along his face. One of his eyes are like milky white because it was slashed. And he says, "The only necessary triumph for us is for all the good men to die," as he looks straight at you, Triton.
Gulp.
Oh.
And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Uh-oh.
I was hoping that Boris would fail his con save because right after he finished that, he was gonna start hitting the Gangnam style.
Oh,
Yes! Yes!
Oh my god.
I forgot about the hat.
I wish I could forget about the hat.
I love the hat.
I hate it.
the hat is so funny. It made Mikhail dance last time.
I know, I
All
hate
of
it.
them meant to die. Then whoop, 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 whoop.
Open Gangnam Style. Eh, sexy lady.
That's copyright.
I don't think one little like sentence is gonna fuck me over.
Don't touch my leg.
Also a
Ah!
perfect pitch.
But yeah, we'll pick up that fight next time. Everyone say bye-bye
Oh
to the
boy.
recording.
Bye.
Everybody.
And that was episode 26 of Crystals and Stuff. We really hope that you guys enjoyed it. Once again, I'm gonna put here that on the 22nd, we will be starting another campaign in our server thing that we have, and it's called Vampire the Masquerade. I actually might see if Tom would be willing for me to edit it and post it for you guys, so well, more on that in the future. I'll make a post about that. But I hope you all have a great rest of your week. We'll see you next Tuesday, 8 p.m. EST, as always. I have been the DM, Weapon has been the co-DM, Noah playing Varis, Forrest playing Mikhail, Tom playing Ashton, and Maei playing Triton. Alright, see y'all next week. The intro and outro song is Finders Keepers from the Waterdeep Dragon Heist soundtrack by Travis Savoy.